What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the Flyers, they make their final restricted free agent signing as they get Travis Sanheim locked up to a 2-year contract worth $4.675 million annually. So the arbitration that the team was going to file for with Sanheim, I think that was supposed to be the 26th of August, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like they got settled. They came to an offer. They came to an agreement. And this is what it looks like it's going to be. 2 years. Annual value of $4.675 million. And at first glance, in my honest opinion, this is a definite overpayment. Sanheim's previous contract, it was around, 2 years, $3.5 million. That was a nice contract for him, but in my honest opinion, I don't think Sanheim deserved to get at least $1.5 million raise. Just because of right now, if you look at the Flyers cap situation, I got the tab open right next to me. So before this contract was signed, because Cap Friendly really hasn't updated yet since it happened 40 minutes ago, the Flyers right now, their projected cap space before the Sanheim signing, it's around $4 million. So now you factor in Sanheim's $4.6 million into the cause, the Flyers are going to be $500,000, $600K over the cap. So yeah, you're going to be in a tight cap crunch going into the season, and you can't start the season over the cap. You just can't do that. And honestly, with this type of signing, now that you're over the cap, it's probably going to force the Flyers to make maybe a minor move just so they can clear that cap space, whether that's a bottom six forward they trade, maybe a Nicolas Aube-Kubel, they move out of town just to clear some cap space. Maybe they move him for a draft pick, or basically just more, I would say, more of the minor moves. Nicolas Aube-Kubel, bottom six forward, maybe some prospect that they're looking to bring up on the roster or something like that. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan of this contract, to be honest. It's just, for everything that happened last year, the entire season, yes, the entire team was terrible. Defensively, the entire defensive core was terrible. Goaltending was bad. Offense was bad. Just everything about the team last year was bad. But the definite factors into that, some of the players that were more worse than others, especially that pairing of Travis Sanheim and Phil Myers. If you look at Travis Sanheim's stats from last year, he played 55 games, 3 goals, 12 assists, 15 points, minus 22. And there were a lot of moments during the season and just throughout Sanheim's career where he can easily get overplayed. He can't take the body. He won't throw the body. He can easily get outworked. And right now it's just that this contract, factoring into what he did last year and how poorly he played on that pairing with Phil Myers, and it's not that it's all Travis Sanheim. Phil Myers definitely had some partake into that, but that pairing in total just wasn't good. And to get a raise of $1.5 million, I just don't see the cause for it. I understand maybe Chuck Fletcher on this, since you're going to arbitration, you're going to have to file for what the player wants, what the team wants, and then they're going to have to find a way to meet in the middle. This would maybe, I would assume Chuck Fletcher maybe wanted to go at least below $4 million, maybe around the $4 million range. Sanheim, maybe he wanted closer to $4.5, $5 million. So I guess they found a way to meet in the middle. And also with this 2-year contract, when this ends, Sanheim does become an unrestricted free agent after this, since he's, I think, 25, 26 years old at this point. And eventually he's been in the service time to where he can become an unrestricted free agent after this contract. So that might be also one of the reasons why I don't like it, just because of the length as well. Maybe if you were going to push it maybe the 4 years at this type of annual value, then maybe I could understand it. But still, at the range right now, if you are in the cap, it's just not ideal. It's really not ideal, because before this contract, you are $4 million above the cap, and when you factor in this contract, it looks like they're going to be at least $500,000, $600K over the cap. So Chuck Fletcher, the Flyers, they're definitely going to have to find a way to get that leeway away from the cap. They're going to have to make that minor move. Maybe it is a guy like a Nicolas Aube-Kubel they trade. Maybe a smaller contract that they can just throw to another team that will be willing to take it for maybe like a little late round draft pick, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick or something like that. You never know. Well, it comes down to this now, where Sanheim is officially signed. Also, the Flyers did sign Connor Bunnaman a couple of days ago. He signed to 2 years league minimum, so that's not that big of a deal on the contract. And it was weird, too, with his contract as well. The first year was 2-way, and then the second year was a 1-way contract. So that was a little weird, but maybe Chuck Fletcher signed it that way just because he knew what he was getting into this season. I'm just not sure. just my honest opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of this contract. I've stated that many times throughout this this video. But yeah, the Flyers are definitely going to have to find a way to get back under the cap, because you're going to be at least 500, 600K above it, and they're going to have to find a way. They just are going to have to. You can't start the season above the cap. You just can't do that. Even though if you do make this move, you're still going to be in that, range of like being right on the cap. So that's going to lead to some difficult situations. So we're going to have to see just how everything plays out. But I'm sure Chuck Fletcher might make a minor move or something like that to make sure this team isn't above the cap floor once the season comes. So that's going to do it, everyone, for this video. What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on Travis Sanheim getting the contract? Do you agree with it? Do you think it's an overpay? Do you think it's just right? Or what else do you think? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to leave those down there. Do not forget to drop a like on this video. Do not forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to Broads Media, the Flyer to Pod merchandise website, and also for Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is in the description below. And the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate if you do that. And I will see you next time.